Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃. Thank you for coming. As always, for the subscribers, thank you so much for the love and the support. I really appreciate it. In today's video, this is something that I actually landed on myself, and I just wanted to give a few opinions about it. First, watch this clip, come back, and let's talk about it.
Black community, do we truly want the progression and change that we so loudly speak about? Or is it merely us just residing in our disillusionment because we're not ready for it? Because if we were ready for it, we wouldn't be putting in such a concerted effort towards extinguishing the spirits of the younger generations that are rising up to the challenge of unsettling our complacency, especially when it comes to those uncomfortable issues and notions that we hold in our community. Right now, the biggest threat to our progression and change is not external, it's internal, in terms of the individuals in our community who want to still remain complacent. We need to address the fact that for change to occur, we need to listen to these new voices that are trying to amplify our contemporary issues. We're no longer navigating, let me better word it. Of course, we're still navigating the historical issues that we've been facing, because of course you can't undo history of being subjected to subjugation and oppression, etc. But we need to realize that the biggest force that is propelled our way to stop our progression is actually contemporary. Contemporary in the sense of our complacency, especially mentally. We are complacent. Look at the fact that we've been voting for the same government for years and years, but we can see that this government is not working in our favor. They don't have the black issues in mind. This government is very elitist. It's only further exacerbating the socioeconomic gap that actually disproportionately affects us the most. Why are we still voting for them? And registration has opened for voting. Watch so many people relinquish their ability to vote. By the way, that's a direct act against your community, because by not exercising your democracy, you're basically saying, I want us to stay right where we are. The more we resist this change in terms of unsettling the complacency in our mentalities and embodying the same weaponry that the enemy used to subjugate us, to suppress us, oppress us, to stop us from our voices being amplified, telling our stories in their voices. We are the ones who are doing it now, extinguishing the spirits of the defiant people who are rising up in our community, who actually are going to be the ones who are going to be at the forefront for our change and progression that we need. The contemporary issues of our unprogressive leadership in our government that needs to be completely eradicated, not even just shuffling of cabinet, eradication. The fact that we need to stop fearing education, we need to stop fearing being outspoken, we need to stop fearing this English language and embodying its weaponry. It was used to instill fear in us, and the fact that we are still afraid means that the enemy still has power over us. It's in how we perpetuate these things, it's in how we resist when people in our community are trying to say, hey, let's wake up our mentalities. Because right now the contemporary issues need a change in our mentalities. The contemporary issues need us to give young people a chance, need us to be comfortable in our discomfort of seeing maybe a black woman who's a leader and letting her have a platform. We need to be unsettling these structures in society that do not benefit us, but we're so invested in them. These structures in society that were specifically designed for hampering the progression of the black community. These activities that do not grow our minds. Resisting education, resisting intellectualism, resisting reading books but wanting to be one with the clubs, up to date with all the trends. How does that grow us mentally? How are we so complacent? It's 2023. We want to speak so much about the change and progression that is so needed, and that we need to be the pioneers because we're the only ones who understand what we're going through. We're the only ones who can vouch for us the best. But why are we putting to shame our own people? Guys, it doesn't make sense. What I've seen in the past couple of weeks, it's bigger than me. And that's why I actually can't even internalize it, because it has nothing to do with me. I was just a vessel. I was just being used to instigate change. I was just here to unsettle and to raise the question, do we actually want the change and progression that we're so loud about?
As you've seen in the video, that was a South African lady, and what she was talking about is something that I also actually try to speak about on this platform. And you know, like in the previous videos, I usually talk about on how we as a community, as Black people, African people, are focusing so much on the exterior of the African continent, and we forget that most of the problems that we actually have today are things that are in place and kept in place by people that look like myself. When it comes to having good infrastructure, having good education, improving and developing on our technology, on our control of resources, you cannot tell me that we are still looking outside the continent and like it's still the white people in control of those things. Like I always tell you guys, we have bills that are always passed in my country. For example, we have money that is always given to our government, our officials. I expect those people in those positions to be able to put things that are going to be better for the people and also develop the country economy-wise, education-wise, health-wise, technology-wise. Those are the things that I expect the people that have funds to be working on, but it's not the case. It's really not the case. And I always tell you guys, in my country, Uganda, it's that, like, I love my country, it's a beautiful country, but the mere thing as fixing a freaking road, having good roads, it's not possible. Are we still waiting for white people to come and do our roads in Uganda, for example? A simple thing as our children are studying a curriculum that was given by the colonizers, a curriculum that was given by a white man, that our kids were discovered, our resources were discovered. Are we still waiting on the white man to still come back again and tell us to fix our curriculum, our education? When it comes to our technology, we have the resources. We have minds, young minds, like this lady was trying to say. We should be able to let the young minds get into positions where they can express and bring in new ideas. But it's not the case. Like the people that are already in positions do not want to even give them away to the young generation to have a discourse, like to have or to see different minds. We actually have people that are very selfish. Like the lady said, we have complacent people that do not give importance to the situations that need to be fixed, or they're just too comfortable in the positions that they are in, that they shouldn't care about what is happening to the rest of the people, which is not okay. Like if we want to grow as the African continent, as Black people worldwide, it should not be always blaming the exterior and forgetting that the interior is the most biggest problem that we have today. And it's so saddening that you see the people that represent us, when they go for any conferences that we see them, you know, attend to, they are sleeping. They're literally in bed. Like you are representing a country and you're sleeping in a conference. Do we expect something good to come out from those kinds of people? We have people that receive millions of money and they just buy cars, just build luxury things for themselves. Are we still waiting on the white man to come back again and teach us on how to develop ourselves? We should be looking at the right people and taking accountability to ourselves and to the people that we see are a problem. You can't tell me that the white man is coming to take or steal the resources from the African continent when we have people that are signing things on behalf of the African people for those resources to be taken. A white man is not going to come and teach you how to mine your resources. Not going to come and tell you to change your education because it makes you stronger. It makes you know this is what you need to do. It makes you know the heroes of your history. It makes you know the greatness of who you are. We need to change it ourselves. We cannot always let it be like it's always their problem when we have people that are selling us and look like us. Are we waiting on the white man to come and build us hospitals for us to use them? Like, those are things that we need to look into. Those are not external problems.
It's like
we are covering the blame that we should be putting on the people that look like us in the disguise of the white, so that these people can still continue to sell off the things that are valuable in the continent, for the black people. Actually, we are ruled by black elites. If it's to make it right, we are being sold today by people that look like me. We are being controlled now in Africa by people that look like me, don't want to leave positions, allowing the young generation to be able to get into positions where they can share their ideas for us to be able to elevate and better ourselves. Like, if we could have that kind of collaboration between the old and the young, I think we'd be in a better place as the African continent, as black people. And that's something that I actually believe in. And if we can do that, we'll conquer the world. Guys, that's it for me today in the video. Let me know what you think. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.